Verydarkman needs a manager. Somebody who would manage him, package him, and present him better to the public. Yeah? He can't just come out and make certain statements without doing proper research. So I think he should be careful about inciting violence, because inciting violence is a crime under our constitution in Nigeria. And when police carry him again now, you should not say the government is being, because he'll just come out and make certain statements. So many years ago, our drug market was very bad. It took a Dora who came to sanitize the system. And if you could remember, then they burnt almost all the market, all the shops in that same market where the accused was selling fake drugs. And that was how we could have a sanitized drug space where we could trust the drugs that are being sold to us. So if NAFDAC has a reason for closing, they must have done their investigation. I'm sure they didn't just wake up to go and lock up people's shop. For them to go there and lock up those shops, they have evidence that these people are selling fake drugs. I think what we should do as Nigerians is to allow them carry out the proper investigation and trust the process. We can't always fight our institution because we feel it's government organization, they are against Nigerians. No. So I think Verydarkman should be careful in his statement. I don't know what his lawyer is doing, but I feel his lawyer should be able to advise him, guide him, and tell him how to present himself. Advocacy does not mean you should fight people or make unguarded statements. One of such statements landed him in court with the Falanas. So I think his lawyer should package him properly, advise him, guide him, tell him, advocate, this is the proper way of advocacy or activism.
I really want to understand, because I think I took my time to watch that video from start to finish. And I think, like I will always say, these agencies should really be ashamed of themselves that over time they failed so much that they've given an individual the power and prerogative to do what the agencies should do. He asked vital questions, and I was expecting those questions to be answered. If you say they are fake drugs, which he also accepted that everybody in this market, there are people who will be. It is possible. But you are saying they should pay 700,000. So is that 700,000 now a guarantee that go ahead and sell fake drugs? Why are you collecting the 700,000? What is that money for? It's a question. Because you talked about Dora Akunyeli. God bless us. If we want to sanitize a system, then as an agency of government, not just being proactive, they must also be careful on how they go about it. Are they saying that the 700,000 is to bring experts or forensic guys to look at those that have fake drugs? Why are they collecting 700,000? And now, those who have paid, most probably they just paid, you allow them to go ahead and sell, right? So are you saying that the person selling real drugs that has no money to pay 700,000 naira will lock his or her shop for as long as they should, because NAFDAC has asked them to pay 700,000? For crying out loud, why is it that agencies of government do not look at how citizens? It is for me, right? It is a fraud. The agencies should come and answer those questions. Why are they paying 700? And if people pay 700, is it a guarantee that they can go ahead and sell fake drugs? Okay. And what is the money being used for? Should explain. And VDM only said, if they don't explain and attend to these questions, you cannot keep people locking their shops. Okay. They have children going to school, their families they are feeding. Break the queues. It is high time we stop all this agency petting. When government wants to deal with us, they don't pet it. Why is it that when it's time for us to talk to government, we are petting it because there is a law?
Questions is not bad, but then there are proper channels to make inquiries and ask questions. Like I said, Verydarkman needs to be packaged. Yes, there is something called Human Rights Commission or FCCPC. If a complaint is laid to them, they follow the right channel to pursue that complaint. You don't incite violence. No, listen. Let me finish. Allow me to finish. there are proper channels to address your complaint. Why is Nnamdi Kanu still in detention? Because of what? Inciting violence. By telling them to go and take the law into their hands and break those keys. No, listen. Verydarkman could collect a petition from these guys and take to NAFDAC and other relevant authorities and wait for them to act. You don't tell people Nigeria is not a banana republic where people take laws into their hands. If we want a sane country, we must follow due process. Like I said again, I'll say it again. Verydarkman needs a manager. He needs to be managed, to be packaged properly.
So for me, I think issues around the pharmaceutical company, it's very delicate, and globally in the world, I can say one of those deadliest organizations that you can actually play with or tamper with globally. And in Nigeria, we've been referring to Dora Akunyili and all that. Nigeria currently as we are, if you take a paracetamol in Nigeria, right, and if you have the opportunity to take that same paracetamol outside the country, you will know that there are two different medications, clearly. Yeah. The effectiveness, the side effect, what it does in your body system, they are clearly different. So for me, regarding the issue around the Onitsha and what is happening here, the government have actually failed. It's clear. If you have porous borders, both on this land border, how are they getting these drugs, these commodities to that market? You have NAFDAC. NAFDAC, as they are currently, they don't even certify or go to actually supervise, check the trials effectively before giving NAFDAC numbers. When you get to the hospital, you see young kids, young people having kidney failure. You see young people having different health issues that are not supposed to happen. And we have NAFDAC. You go there, even starting with the pure water we drink. Let me use that as the simplest example we can get. You see them, now the facilities where they use in making these pure waters, there you can't not, if you are there and you see those facilities, you will not be able to take this water you have. And you go there, you just look at NAFDAC numbers. Immediately we have NAFDAC number, we think we are good. So for us, generally, let's speak to our government